Hello there. You see, when we come here, we start laughing. You know we're excited because we know what is ahead on the show tonight.
Yeah.
It promises to be exciting. Definitely. There's a lot to learn tonight. So please sit tight as we captain the ship to, a journey of excitement as I've promised you. My name is Nanatufo and you're welcome to the Upside Down Show.
I'm Frima Edunyami, and don't forget that the Upside Down Show is proudly brought to you by Sky Mineral Water. The conversation we are having today is one that I'm very, very particularly interested in. In fact, even before we go into the conversation, I already feel guilty about this, and I'm sure once we really delve deeper into the conversation, you will know why I'm saying this. We also have a beautiful Abna standing by. Now, right after this break, she'll be giving us what she knows how to do best. This is the Upside Down Show. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, Julian. All you do is lie, lie, lie. And all you do is try and try and try. You don't even know the kind of things. Oh, but you try to tell me all these things. Would you give me some time, money, please? I'ma need space some days. Said I'm just tryna do my thing. Said I'm just tryna give out. So you need someone to deceive. And you think I'm the one. Why don't you see? You're not everything. And I know you're not the one for me. Crazy things are happening. Crazy things are happening. If you need somebody crazy, you're gonna find somebody crazy. Crazy things are happening. Crazy things are happening. If you need somebody crazy. Try. I just wanna turn my back tonight. Oh, I make it see. I just wanna turn my back tonight. Ooh, you know me well. And you're trying to tell. Ooh, you're trying to make me run insane. Oh, but you know that I'm not the same. I just think I can do. Crazy things are happening. Crazy things are happening. If you need somebody crazy, you gon' find somebody crazy. Crazy things are happening. Crazy things are happening. If you need somebody crazy. I said I found myself better. I said I drift away, far away. I found myself better. Close my eyes, drift away, bring myself a better place. Saw the magic of money, said I'm not going back. Shut my ears from the lies, and you thought I couldn't do it without you. Now see me balling without you. Oh, ben I go seke ladies I see. Like they don't know that I work hard. I go seke ladies I see. I don't say no, I don't say no, no. Go say get it, Dyslexic. Said I bust the wine and take it down low. Go say get it, Dyslexic. Oh, when I go say get it, Dyslexic. Cause you are unbeliever, you small brain now. Told you, but you wouldn't believe it. You print your face on me. Oh, you print your doubts on me. Oh, now see me, yeah. Now see me popping up. See me living large, yeah. Now see me, yeah. Oh yeah, see me, yeah. Now see me popping up. Now see me living large, yeah. Now see me getting mine. Oh, when I go say get Lisa, see. Oh Lisa, see. But 1, 2, now money, yeah, now money, oh, now money. It goes the pretty penny to just look like this, head to toe and keep it fresh like this, on a daily with a drip like this. You say I'm a goody guy, not your type, but here you are. You say you want to go buddy, but baby you've got no money. Tell me why you did follow me, no. Oh, you say you want to go buddy, but baby where is your money? Yeah. Don't follow me, no. God go vex if I dim my light in the name of love to that level. What's your problem? It's okay if you can play these games, but they have me in past. Don't be Sandy Margarita in my gloves, no. Cause I'm trying to stay warm. I said I'm trying to stay lit. Oh, I'm trying to stay good. I'm trying to stay fly. I'm trying to stay bright. Oh, you say you've got love. How do I show love? It's not enough. Cause I'm trying to stay turned. I'm trying to stay lit. I'm trying to stay good. It costs the pretty penny to just look like this. Head to toe, yeah, keep it fresh like this. On a daily with her. You say I'm a goody guy, not your type, but here you are. You say you want to go buddy, but baby you've got no money. Tell me why. You say you want to go buddy, but baby where is your money? Would you tell me why? Would you tell me why? You're loco, and I don't want to be your lover. I say you are driving me loca, oh, and I don't want to be your lover, oh, loca.
Oh, the ever adorable Abla Unique. Oof. Charlie, listening to Abla sing, it's just a different feeling. I don't know if you guys feel the same when you watch her on the TV, but those of us in the studios, I mean, it's simply amazing.
I think the feeling will probably be the same. Yeah. You know, that kind of music, it feels like when it's raining and it's not a flat type. You know?
Yeah, we don't want that one.
When it's raining at dawn, and you know, some interesting program on TV, maybe upside down, you know, some or playing music.
You be up at dawn,
Come again?
You be awake at dawn,
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm just asking.
Well, successful people don't sleep.
Well,
okay. So you can be sleeping your success away. It's all right.
Yeah, you can stay up and listen to Abla all night.
Exactly. You know, something like that. You know, it feels like that kind of song, that kind of atmosphere, where you don't want to snap out of it. You know, that's the kind of vibe.
It's beautiful.
You get absolutely.
Abla Unique, and she does it like it just comes to her.
And I think it's such a great curtain raiser, you know, for the conversation we are going to have, because this is very emotional, and so it's just on point that Abla will prepare
Set the
our
tone.
minds, our hearts to receive. If we're in church, we say the word of God before the preacher comes.
Yeah.
But we all do the work of God in different ways.
Exactly.
And I think that our guest today is an angel, trying to take on the difficult aspects of life and try to bring some level of sanity, some level of awareness, some level of respite to people who are going through that. And for me, that is why I think this conversation is very, very important.
I agree 100%. And I think this conversation should at least do one of three things, okay? Prick your conscience, appeal to your emotions, but if for nothing at all, it should educate you.
Exactly.
Okay.
Especially the education bit.
Which is
the education
important.
bit.
Very, very important.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to go straight into it, and we'd like to, with all humility and all excitement and all joy, invites to join us Rosalind Abigail Trenate. She is the founder of the Africa Dyslexia organization, and this conversation, boy, oh boy. Hi, Rose.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good, and you?
I'm great. It's good to have you.
Thank you.
Hi, Rosa.
Hi, Roma.
How are you?
I'm doing very well. Oh, you can? Yes.
Yeah. I'm not sure where I'm going to keep it because this thing is going to cover it up.
We may have to take it out.
I like the hair. We've spoken about the hair already.
Yeah.
And it said it would take 2 hours to do it.
Yeah, approximately.
I've been thinking about this anyway. You're so beautiful.
So you are too.
Well, thank you, but with some things I've done in the past, I don't know where beautiful comes in, and I guess it's because I didn't know any better. And I think this is where a lot of Ghanaians also find themselves, We say things, we do things to people, not because we are wicked people or we are mean, but because we don't know any better.
Right.
And I think that one of such topics that we need to talk about, we need to start, letting people understand and create more awareness is dyslexia. Now, let's go straight to the point. It sounds very technical, like a botanical name for something. But what is dyslexia?
Okay, so this is where I'll bring out my phone, and I want to read you vividly the definition from the International Dyslexia Association. So someone doesn't think like I am making up those words. So by the International Dyslexia Association, this is an organization that has been there for like 100 years. Dyslexia is a specific learning disability that is neurological in origin. It's characterized by difficulty with accurate or fluent word recognition or by poor reading and spelling and decoding ability. These difficulties typically result from a deficit in phonological components of language that is often unexpected in relation to other cognitive abilities and the provision of effective classroom instructions. Secondary consequences may include problems in reading comprehension, reduced reading experience that can impair growth of vocabulary and background knowledge.
Now that sounds like a whole classroom lecture.
Wow. It's a lot. But let's break it down because we need people to know and appreciate what we're dealing with so that going forward, we treat people better, right? So let's break it down. Typically, what would you see or have a dyslexic person do?
Okay, so first of all, let me break down the word dyslexia because it also sounds so huge.
Exactly.
And so when you hear, you're like, what is...
You have to rehearse it before coming to sit.
But even that, when we get to the dyslex, the rest...
we drop it down.
Yeah. But you guys did very well in the pronunciations because most often people will kind of struggle to mention the word itself. So dyslexia is a Greek word.
Okay.
The dys is difficulty, and the lexia is words. So difficulty with words.
Okay.
Right.
That's the basic explanation.
And it could be reading or writing.
It could be in parts differently. Right. So even if you have 5 dyslexic here right now, we probably may have different challenges. Right. But we may have a common challenge, but we may have it differently.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll go to you're growing up and all, but we just needed to put this in perspective so that when we start a conversation, people understand why we are having this conversation. So what challenge do you have?
So for me, it was a lot.
Okay.
Also because I didn't know, but my challenge was, the sound in words is something difficult. I still am not able to distinguish between, because all the alphabets we have sound in them. And everywhere it forms, the word have a sound in them.
Exactly.
So how do you decode it and encode it was my challenge. And because of that, it made my spelling abilities very difficult.
Can you give us an example? So words like what?
So for example, the words that really confused me was B, D, P, Q, because they are very similar in even when it comes to design of it. So it was difficult. And
so you find yourself writing D instead of B?
Sometimes I interchange them. And
what about hearing?
Hearing too. So I will hear it, but because I'm not able to distinguish the sound in it, if you ask me to produce it on a paper,
you say something else.
I will not be able to spell it for you.
Even up to now?
So up to now, don't ask me to spell like photosynthesis. My mind doesn't even, is it F, is it P? I know it is, it's not P.
Yes.
Okay, goodness, I passed. So things like that.
Right. So now let's go back to your growing up, okay? Who are your parents and how was growing up like, you know, in school? How did it all pan out for you?
I usually don't like recalling the past.
Well, try for the purposes of this conversation.
For the purpose of this conversation, I will try. So just as any child, you love your first time you go to school. So I'm going to narrate a story up to where I remember from. I was about the age of 8 and living in somewhere near Asinfosu with my grandmother. And at that place, I really can't recall what was happening in school, but this one I remember because my cousins came over and they brought these storybooks, beautiful ones. And you know how they came from Accra. So they will bring these books out and they will pick the book and they will start reading it. And one time they called me and said, "Can you read a page?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. Give me the book." And I picked it. I stared at it like this. I stared and stared and stared. I can't identify.
What were you seeing?
Yeah, what
I
was
was
happening?
just seeing the book, like the writings, but I can't identify the words.
No, so hold on. Paint a picture. So you open the book, you see maybe...
I will see the lines, I will see the sentences.
So why couldn't you read? What were you seeing? Why was it difficult?
Because I can't read it. How do I pronounce the boy is going to school?
So did you see like maybe drawings or you saw letters?
I just saw the letters we have in print.
Okay.
I saw them, but what are these letters? They were not making sense.
So did it look like Chinese? Did it look like French? So we want to understand, did it look like something you've never seen?
I knew they were formed by alphabets, the A, B, and C, D,
which you had learned, which you knew.
Please don't ask me to talk about A, B, and C to Z because I'm sure I will lose track somewhere.
Can we try? No, so we are all doing it together.
Okay.
So, A,
B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, K, L,
I, J,
K, L, M, N, O, P, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
There you go.
The J was
there was
missing.
a place where I brought L before, and it
J.
wasn't intentional. I would tell you it wasn't intentional.
Really?
And also now I'm on camera, so now bring you to the school settings when they give you a book and say stand up and read. And you can imagine the anxiety a child with a reading difficulty will go through.
So let's go back to when you were with your cousins. So you open the book, you see the prints, you can't read.
I couldn't read.
How did they also feel about it?
They started laughing. They were like, why can't you read?
How did you feel?
Hey, I ran away from them, went into the room, and cried my head out because these were like my cousins. They from Accra. They've come.
But so when that happened, what do you think was wrong?
I felt like I was not able to perform something they were doing because we were all sitting down. Every child was taking the book, a page, and reading.
And you were all about the same age?
And we were, I mean, some were like 13. But I had my age mates in
How old
there.
were you then?
I was like 8.
8, okay.
8, 9.
Right.
And so when it happened like that, the way they laughed, the ridiculing they were doing, it just clicked something in me, and I immediately went inside and cried my head out. And I think that Christmas is a Christmas I don't like remembering. I never enjoyed it.
Were your parents
and I was
around?
just praying. They were not at this place. It was my grandmother, and they brought them as well. I was just praying, when would this be over so they leave?
So let's look at, I mean, in school, all right? So this is just home, but in school, in class, how was the experience like? And I know you have a degree. So how were you able to go through to that level?
Right. So for school was almost the same. You know, school was even worse because there was the dictation, there is mental. And it was somehow every morning they would do that and ask us to stand, and they would go spell the word, and then you pass, they move to the other. So if we have to go around 5 times spelling different words, I will get canes for all of them. It came to, I haven't been diagnosed with maths difficulty, but I had the same issue with maths as well, which it was not just clicking. And no point in time did anybody stop to be like, what is the issue? When I come outside, I'm very active. But when we come into the classroom, I will just fumble. So what is the issue with this child? Nobody asked. And it went on. So now it got to a point where they promote me just because they want me to
just finish the school and go
ahead.
Wow.
And in JHS 3, I was 17,
Which
about
school?
turning now in Suhum.
Okay.
I don't want to mention the school.
why not?
I mean, it's Learning Field International School, but I went there even late because I had to be changing schools all the time. So when I was almost 18, 17, my parents were like, Charlie, this time there you get to write this BCU so that we see the way forward. And when they told the school I was going to at that time, they said, you know what, it's not possible to register her as part of the candidates because she's going to bring our results down.
Oh, you destroyed the image.
I would destroy the image. And so the solution was, if my parents really wanted me to move ahead, they should take me to
a private
no, go to like a village nearby and find a school around.
Okay, register there
so
and then
we found a public school and I registered with them. I was at the boarding school, so I came back to the boarding school, studied. The week of the exams, I changed my uniform into the yellow and brown one and went and sat for the BC.
But this is so demoralizing.
Exactly,
But nobody knew.
And up until this point, nobody thought to find out exactly what your challenge was?
The challenge was you're stubborn, you're lazy, you're not learning hard, or you're a slow learner.
Were they not seeing you learn?
Well, what did you think about your mates that you were laughing at in school?
Exactly, that's my problem.
So in all this, how do you feel? How are you handling the emotional bit?
It was a lot. But who do you even explain yourself to? I just kept everything within me.
Did you understand what was happening to you?
No.
Or you just probably thought you are trying your best, but you can't just grasp it? That's how you felt?
Yes, that's how I felt. And it just got to a point I accepted that, okay, maybe this whole school thing
it's not for you.
It's not for me. Learning is not for me. And so I accepted it. And one thing I don't think my family members and any of the teachers knew was it was also damaging my confidence.
Of course.
Exactly.
Because I will close from school, and sometimes when I'm sitting by myself, the weird thoughts that will get into me, I'm like, should I run away, go far? And which I did run away. At the age of 14, I ran away for 2 weeks.
To where?
From Suhum to Accra.
You knew people? You knew people in Accra?
Yes and no.
So who are you coming to in Accra?
So my first time I left home, it was a place my uncle has taken me there once in Nungwa. It was his girlfriend's house.
Hey, auntie.
So, listen, he had taken me there a year before. And this was just to tell you how these kids we are calling...
Your memory was able to process...
And that is surprising.
But you couldn't do same with words?
No. One time, only one time, he took me there. And a year later, I processed my mind and I'm like, I don't want to be dealing with all this picking up they are doing with me. And I just wrote something on paper. But you know what? What I wrote on the paper, I was telling them, I'm gone. I'm tired. Nobody should look for me. But because I couldn't spell, nobody could read what I had written for them. And I took money and left home. And took a car to Koforidia to Medina or somewhere, found my way to back to Nungwa. And when I went there, the lady had gone to Germany. And there were the nieces and the nephews, very young people, youth guys who were there.
So
they received me and I stayed for 2 weeks.
You know, considering somebody who has issues with recollecting things, I don't think I can even make my way to Nungwa as I sit here. You know, I've had to go once, twice, or thrice. So what I'm picking from this is people that we consider dyslexic probably also have their own intelligence in other areas, not just writing and reading and all that.
And that had to be identified to be honed properly.
We just focus, so stereotyped, you know, it just focusing on every child must be able to read and write. Now, we'll just take a short break. When we come back, you will let us know at what point you understood or it came to you that everything you are going through is called dyslexia.
Right.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back. This is the Upside Down Show here on ChannelOne TV. And we're taking you down memory lane, a journey into the life of an individual who's had a condition over a period. Nobody knew what it was about. She had to live it up until a later stage in her life. Imagine having to live with this condition and not knowing exactly what was going on. That's the story we're unpacking today on the Upside Down Show. And Rosa is still here with us. I mean, I'm still trying to process this whole thing. Is it that when you were being taught, you weren't getting the understanding of what was being taught? That's on one end. Or you did get the understanding, but having to revise same is where the challenge was, because you couldn't make out the words.
Okay. So, like right now, as an adult, when I sit in a class and they teach, I understand it. But before, because now I'm aware of my challenges, but before, the issue relating to me not being able to recall what I've learned onto a paper and be able to produce it and even pass my exams were all influencing my ability to process information. And I have a very short attention span as well. And so when it comes to sitting in class for 45 minutes, an hour, you lose me. And so whatever comes after 45 minutes, sorry, it's not
gibberish.
It's not going inside. But because they didn't know, you're forced to sit, and by the time you've finished everything,
you feel like a quantum relief.
You don't even remember anything.
Right. And so at what point did you know that everything I'm going through has a name? It's not that I'm just dumb. It's not that I'm not serious, but I have a medical condition.
2016.
Which 2016? Yesterday's 2016?
Yeah.
So you
That's about what, 11 years ago?
Yeah. Is it 11?
Or 9?
Yeah, 11.
11, yeah.
So you went through every... No, 9.
No, 9 years.
9
years. 2016, we're in 2025.
So somebody suffering from not getting maths, how do you call them?
Dyscalculia.
Okay, so calculations.
Yes.
So dyscalculia. Yo, do you have an issue? So a person who is...
So what, I'm what, this calculus or what?
Well, you have issue with...
But I just failed the simple math between
math.
2016 and 2025. So I'm what? A person with dyscalculia is called what?
That is related to do with the difficulties in mathematics. It's related to dyscalculia. Now, we have to also be careful, because it doesn't mean that every child that is in the class now, you might be watching and what I'm saying, you could see the symptoms and stuff within your child, it doesn't mean the child is dyslexic or has issue with dyscalculia or dysgraphia, which is to do with handwriting. You need to have assessment to confirm. Maybe there are some underlying issues that you haven't seen or we haven't tackled. That's why the child may be struggling. But once assessment is done by a certified assessor and it's confirmed, that is where you can label somebody like that. So the educators need to also be careful. Don't just go and call a parent, hey, I just listened to Frema and friends on set and now I think your child is dyslexic. You bring a lot of issues.
So let's go back to the 2016. What happened? How did you know?
So prior to 2016, this was in 2015 when I used to use my story a lot to encourage young folks about, hey, I started reading very late. So I was so shy that I was saying I couldn't read as late as 13. I didn't have the confidence to say that at 17 was when I started picking up words.
So you give football age.
I gave that age.
Football age.
But now, because of the work I'm doing, I need to tell the truth. But I was using that to encourage a lot of people. And one time I spoke at an event, and when I finished, my friend Farida Bedouin was like, Rosa, I hear you saying this thing quite a lot, but I think you have dyslexia. And when she said that, I was like, what is that? She said dyslexia. But I respect Farida a lot. So when she said that, I said, oh, okay, I will find out about it. But when I left her, I was like, Farida, me, the way I have struggled in life, I can't put something on me. What, dyslexia? Is it what is it? Sickness or what? What is it? So I didn't research about it, and I left it. Then 2016, I was in school doing my master's, and a lecturer of mine asked me if I'm dyslexic because he was supervising my work. And I was like, wait a minute, this is the second time I'm hearing about it. What is it? And he sat me down. But before he sat me down, what he did was tell me, when you were back in school, back, what were your challenges? Did you struggle with academics? And I started narrating my childhood to him, and I started crying. And he said, I think you are dyslexic. However, it's not a disease, it's not an illness, just how your brain processes information and receive information and record them. And so he handed me the International Dyslexia Association website and said, go to this website. They have a screener there, go through it and come back and tell me. So I went, sat down. I'm like, what organization knows me so much like this? This is me. All the questions I was thinking, yes. And then it came like, there's a high probability you are dyslexic, and so you need to have an assessment done. I came back, informed him, and he said, yeah, I think you are. There's no way I would have doubted that you're not dyslexic. So get assessment done.
So what do you do it at the hospital or at the counselors?
Educational psychologists can do it. A clinical psychologist can do it. There are tools and trainings people have gone through, and they are certified to conduct assessments on learning disability, or what I call learning differences. And so I went to one, and I got the assessment done, and it confirmed that I'm dyslexic. And at that moment, I just went back in memory, looking at...
You didn't cry?
I did. During
the
assessment time, I cried.
Of course, all the things you've gone through.
Oh, I cried.
There's no fault of yours.
I was like, hey, I've been damaged. And Suhum to Nungwa, that time could have been my end.
Anything could have happened to you.
Anything could have happened to me. But what saddens me most for me to even be on the journey that I want to create a change was, back in school where they would do A, B, and C class. And we, the C, we are the one that our head is not working.
You know each other.
We know each other. I just went back in memory, and I realized that out of the C's were also beautiful potentials. But most of those potentials have been killed.
Yeah.
And I look back and I'm like, I had a mate who could be representing Ghana at the Olympics. I have a mate who could be on the stage performing.
Yeah.
I have so many talent that have been killed. Few of us made it. And researching about dyslexia and seeing all these amazing people doing like crazy things like Richard Branson, Albert Einstein, Walt Disney, Whoopi Goldberg, Leonardo da Vinci, coming to Ghana, Ochiame Kwame, Nana Nsako, Archbishop Duncan Williams. And I'm like, how many of these people have we destroyed? And that led me to start the Africa Dyslexia Organization.
Tell us about that. Yeah, tell us a bit about the foundation and what do you want to achieve with this? The why we know now.
Yeah.
But why are you taking it to?
Okay, so in 2020, during pandemic, we decided to start raising awareness. And we started the Africa Dyslexia Organization with the aim of raising awareness, advocacy, providing teacher training, and mentoring young dyslexics for the future.
Right.
And so our programs, we have different programs from awareness, like what we're doing here, or going into schools, going into churches, going to workplaces, because even at the workplaces here, I'm sure if we should come to ChannelOne now, there are some hidden here who are maskings, who we do that awareness. And then the advocacy, we engage governments at the governmental level on policies. If you look into our inclusive education policies now, you see that it's more focused on what you can see. So meaning physical challenges and not hidden ones like dyslexia, which is 1 in 5. So it is very huge.
So it's very close to us.
Very, very close to us. In every, I say that in every classroom you will find them. But you cannot go to every classroom and find someone with a visual impairment.
No.
It's impossible. So why aren't we doing something? So our organization is creating that advocacy and calling on government to listen to us and work with us. Then the teacher training, for us to be able to support the kids, we have to go a step back. It's teacher training. What are our teachers studying at the training college level? Now, some of the schools are touching on learning differences or learning disability, but it's just like the name, what they are, the signs and symptoms, and that is it. How do I profile my students in the classroom? Because we have different type of learners in the classroom. How do I know them? How can I screen? What are the interventions? How do I do my individualized education plan for a child in my classroom? And so we adopt a program called the Orton-Gillingham model, which is based on structured literacy, backed by the science of reading, and it's taught in a multi-sensory approach of teaching, which then takes in account not one box, but multiple learners' ability. So we train teachers on that. The next step we are looking for government to do for us is we feel this could be a mandatory training for all teachers. We're not saying every teacher should be able to teach a child with learning difficulty, but at least the foundational aspect, every teacher needs to know the information.
Or be able to identify one.
So you can then recommend to the specialist in your school. So we're calling on the government to work with us to make sure some of these things become possible. And we've been calling on them for the past 5 years. Then we have our flagship one, which is the Africa Dyslexia Conference, which is, we've been organizing it for the past 3 years under the name Dyslexia Education Stakeholders Forum. And this year we've rebranded it to the Africa Dyslexia Conference. It's a high-level gathering, bringing directors of schools, owners of schools, agencies like UNICEF, UNESCO, together.
That's what's behind us.
And the Ministry of Education to discuss dyslexia issues, policies, strategies. So this year we're talking from assistive technologies. Now my life is so easier because of all the assistive techs we have around in AI. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the socio-emotional aspect, safeguarding. We're going to talk about IEPs, the science of reading. So there's so many things that we're talking about, and we hope educators and also workplaces, we neurodiversity at the workplace. So the workplace is, what is the future of your work? If you have a dyslexic at ChannelOne, and he is doing something that involved this writing, you are just wasting their ability.
Yeah.
How, as an organization, can you utilize their potential of creative or critical thinking and strategic thinking to benefit your organization? So we're going to talk about
So when is the
issues like
conference
this.
happening and where?
13th and 14th of August.
Okay, so it's a 2-day conference.
It's a 2-day conference at the Association International School at airports.
Right.
Okay.
And we bring in speakers from renowned speakers from Ghana, renowned speakers from the US and UK as well, all convened here in Ghana to discuss a topic that has never been touched on for many, many, many years.
Are the speakers and the moderators all dyslexic?
We have not all of them, but we have majority of them who are dyslexics.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, I would love to come and hear what they also have to say.
We would love to have you, and we would love to partner with ChannelOne on this event.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I think that the education should go beyond, I mean, what we're doing now and even beyond this conference, because perhaps we have just not been fair to our mates. We have not been fair to our friends. Generally, we've known that people have had different IQs, but we've not gone deeper to understand conditions such as dyslexia, and we perhaps thought they were just lazy, or if I can use that word with the greatest respect, they were just being dumb.
Oh, Charlie.
We haven't been fair.
We are very sorry.
And at this point, we need to apologize to each other.
We didn't know any better.
It was perhaps not by their own making, not their own fault, or they were just not being lazy. But they had a condition nobody knew about. And they could also not explain same because they didn't know what was happening.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
So how do you feel now? Do you feel fulfilled being able to do this to help those?
I feel fulfilled, but it's also stretching me in the sense that I come from a background of culinary and hospitality.
Okay.
I had a great career that I've put on hold for the past 5 years doing this. And sometimes I feel like our environment, Ghana, makes it feel so lonely, like you're alone. I have a fantastic team I work with. My board members are amazing. But a team of 28, we can't do this alone without the support of everyone. Yeah. We need the greatest support from our ministries, all stakeholders involved, from the media and everything, to amplify the awareness and really get the impacts there. And so when I say that I am fulfilled, but I am not, it's because I feel so stretched. Even when you go out there looking for sponsorship, it's because people don't really, you cry, what are you talking about? It's like they are not forthcoming. And that hurts me so much because I know the damage it can cause within our society. And I also know the benefits it can bring. I'm sure if Richard Branson is Ghanaian, we will all be proud right now.
Even now that he's not Ghanaian, we are trying to own a little bit of him. You know how we are.
Exactly. But I tell you, the likes of me, or even much better, are sitting in our homes. They are on the streets. Because when you get frustrated, you just go on the streets where somebody welcome you. So we need the support of everybody.
Well, I hope the people whose support we need are watching us and they are listening to us. And so the support will come. But back then, maybe we will join your classmates, your teachers, and your cousins, you know, to apologize to you for laughing at you because we didn't know what was happening, and you yourself didn't even know what was happening. So to you and the many, many dyslexic out there, forgive us, we didn't know, but at least now we know better.
Frema,
yes,
that is also something we have to look at. So if you don't know and the person doesn't know, should you laugh at them?
No, we don't have to.
No.
Do you know what is causing them emotionally? Their self-confidence. And where is our empathy as society?
That's the issue.
So even if you don't know, doesn't give you the warranty that you should be laughing.
We are so wrong from whichever angle you look at it. We are wrong, you know. So we are very sorry. And now we will support you. Thank you very much. We will support you to also create the awareness, all right, and also help dyslexics. I mean, in whichever way we can support them.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Rosalind, thank you so much. We wish you well. We hope that people with the resources and the wherewithal will understand and, of course, appreciate why they need to support and go ahead and put in that support that you need. But on the 13th and the 14th, Association International School Airport, we're having the Africa
Dyslexia Conference, and one can register through our website at www.africadyslexia.org/the Africa Dyslexia Conference.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Rosa. We wish you well. Rosalind Abigail Chere-Nate. She is the founder of the Africa Dyslexia Organization. I told you, if it doesn't prick your conscience, it doesn't appeal to your emotion, at least it should educate you. And let me add one last one, inspire you to support. This is the Upside Down Show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
You're welcome back. This is the Upside Down Show, and great and very, very insightful conversation we just had with Rosa. So in case you didn't know, and if you have a child who has learning difficulties, now you probably have an idea what that child probably is dealing with. So find help and just don't condemn them. Now, this side of the conversation, oh wow, beautiful nails, girl. Right, so we are talking to Abla Unique. Isn't she unique? Look at her beautiful nails. Absolutely. And she is lovely. And she is an alternative artist. Abla, so who is an alternative artist?
An alternative artist is anyone doing any genre of music outside what is currently popular.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can be doing maybe a mix of more than 2 genres,
right?
You know, but you have your own crowd. You know, it may not be on such a big scale, but it's just because that's not the sound trending currently.
Right. So it's not like commercial kind of genre.
Not
very
niche,
right?
niche. Yes.
You like that?
So you do it because you love it.
Yes.
Yeah. What's the motivation? Everyone else is throwing a certain line, they're cashing in. What's your motivation?
Well, to be honest, art has been the one thing I've always felt like I had to do. Yeah, it's not, it's more than just a career. It feels like the one thing I'm here to do, as in, you know, yeah, I do other things. I speak many languages and all, but until I am using my skills in my art, I don't feel so fulfilled.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. How many languages do you speak?
5.
5. Okay, name them.
English, French, and Spanish. I speak, I would say 2 versions of Ewe.
Okay.
And some Chi.
Right.
Yeah.
So you sing in Spanish?
I sing, in Spanish, in
Sing
French.
something small in Spanish. You know,
How'd you do that?
It's very romantic.
Yeah.
Okay. Hola, el mundo. Me llamo Habla Unique y soy muy contenta.
So this is the Spanish?
Sí.
Yeah.
Oh, sing something.
Oh, okay. Well, there's this song in Spanish that I really like. It's by Jennifer Lopez's old husband.
Marc Anthony?
Marc Anthony,
Right.
yeah. Voy a reír, voy a gozar, vivir mi vida, la 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 la. It's my birthday song. I listen to it every year.
Is it a birthday song?
No, but it's saying, you know, you should live life. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to laugh. I'm going to live my life, la 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 la. You know, just have a beautiful life.
Well, I love Marc Anthony too.
Yeah.
But so
The
how
only
is that?
Spanish we know is mi casa, su casa.
Sí, mi casa, su casa.
But I should listen to Marc Anthony more. He's got some great songs, not just
His
Spanish, English as
salsa-
well.
Yeah, his
Yes.
salsa collection.
He's a lover boy.
He's a lover boy,
Yeah.
That's why we love him so much. Anyway, so but do you do this, you know, to earn a living, or is it just a passion that you just want to satisfy?
Well, it is a passion that I'm only not satisfying, but eventually it's something I would like to make income from.
Right.
However, it's still in the beginning stages, so I need to do the passionate work now until we start getting money from it.
But you do something else apart from the music?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm an actress. I starred in the movie 9 that just came out. Yes. I also make beaded jewelry. So I'm usually wearing things that I made, like the rings. These rings are
these
from
are
my
beautiful.
shop.
Can I have a look?
Beautiful.
Yes, of course.
So how much is this?
Each is from 100 cedis up. These
very
are real
affordable.
pearls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're so nice.
This is a Baroque pearl,
Okay.
and this is a polished shell. So these are
So you
handmade.
pick them out yourself?
Yes, and this necklace is real water pearls. Okay. Yes, we use the best, the freshest materials. Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Right, so you have a new song out there. Tell us about it.
It's coming. It's not out yet.
It's not out yet.
No,
Okay.
It's
okay.
coming
So when is
in
it
a
coming?
few days.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, because we did make the announcement. It was supposed to drop on the 6th.
Okay.
But a few things need to still be put together if we want it to be a truly successful launch. So I would love to do a premiere here if you guys would have me.
Why not? Why not?
But yeah, we're just trying to make everything good because it's a wonderful record. It's a thing for the summer, and the girls will love it.
Super.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I featured another lady. Her name is Naya. She's a Ghanaian Canadian singer, also an alternative artist. You should check it out. So yeah, we're just a couple more days, and you will have it.
Okay,
Well,
that's one out of the box. We don't want to give all the info out, but what should we be expecting? Low tempo, mid tempo, high tempo?
You should be expecting mid-tempo.
Mid-tempo.
You should be
Ooh.
expecting very sexy music.
Oh, tell me about it.
Yeah.
Right, beautiful. So when is the official launch? Give us a date. And if it's an open event, give us a venue where we can all attend.
Oh, I would love to. We're still, that's actually why we delayed, because
Okay.
we're trying to do a little listening party
Right.
for, whoever can come through, because we know that we are gathering our support, our audience is coming together. So we are trying to put a little listening party for the launch. It should be in about a week or two.
Right.
Yeah, but definitely by the end of this month, you would have new music.
Awesome. Awesome.
But let me just quickly pick your thought on this. So one, you are doing alternative music. Two, I've heard a lot of female artists complain that they don't get enough support, in the industry. How does it feel like for you? You are a woman, battling it out with a gentleman. You are also doing a genre not so popular.
Right.
So you have two issues you are dealing with. How do you handle all that?
Personally, the way I see it, doing music is not different from a woman going out into the market every day.
Right.
Now, not everybody that passes your stall is going to buy something.
True.
But by the end of the day, someone will buy
You
something.
make your sales.
Yeah, so being a musician with my own sound, and any other musician out there with your own sound, you need to keep going until your audience gathered itself, A lot of music or art is reliant on support, yes, but you can't command support. It comes to you, and you don't want to put your art in a place where it wouldn't be appreciated. Of course. So you need to keep exposing it until the support becomes automatic.
Sure.
Right.
Because if you're doing really good art, be it music or anything else, sooner or later, you will have the people coming in themselves.
True.
It is hard. Sometimes you can feel like you're not having the support, but if you give up, there is no proof that you did your best.
Of course.
Right.
So you got to keep going.
Yeah. Well, talk about going. We got to go. But before we do that, drop your socials and then, of course, where people can find and appreciate your music.
Well, you can find me on all social media platforms and streaming platforms at abla_unique. ABBLA_unique, UNIQUE.
Very well. And indeed, she is unique.
Yeah.
The sound, the voice, the rhythm, the melody, the lyrics. Go check it out. All right? It's time to pack out and ship out of here. This has been the Upside Down Show. The name stay the same. It don't change. Call me Nana24. And as always, be kind to your mind.
And I'm Free Many thanks for watching. See you next time.